Absolutely, absolutely. So when I was in the US and when I was talking to the CXOs or in the industries that were around me, mostly oil and gas, I realized that there's a huge shortfall of good talent working on the data analytics side and building good platforms quickly, prototyping, right? Uh, I also realized that as a country, Pakistanis as a nation are very, at that point when I was coming back, they weren't as aggressive towards change how they are now with the startup ecosystem. And I was seeing that in the US. So I kind of wanted to bring that kind of culmination, right? And that's why we invested in the startup ecosystem. We were one of the first investors in the startup ecosystem back then as well, with Patari as being our first investment. And then ProCheck being a subsequent investment through Sirmayakar after that. And the reason for me to come back and the reason for this idea was I wanted to give data at the fingertips of decision makers in the real time. Because at the end of the day, smart people make the right decisions with the right data at their hands, right? And that at that point, that was my mindset. And when I used to come back to Karachi pretty often, had family business here. So I used to take a look at that. Is when I realized that there was data all over the place that wasn't being cultivated, being, proper activities, proper thought processes weren't in place for this data. So how do we get it essentially in a space and in a way that it gets presentable to the CXOs or the higher management at the right time? And initially getting the companies and the decision makers to even invest in data. 2017, right? It was a challenge because all the big companies had taken their decisions. They were looking at it the right way. And that's what I, at that point, thought that, hey, the rest of them will follow soon. And that's what we're trying to do still. Most of our business is in the US, primarily for liquid, but we do a lot of local work with multinationals and case 100 companies in Pakistan, Karachi specifically as well, which is wholesome for me because that's essentially what I wanted to do.